Hey guys, it's Mish, and today's video was inspired by my personal experiences with the common cold. And today's study is a double-blind, placebo-controlled study looking at the effects of garlic on the common cold. In this study, researchers took 146 participants and gave half of them a daily garlic capsule that contains allicin, and gave the other half placebo, so it was a fake pill. And they looked at how many times they got sick with colds over the course of 90 days. And they had participants also report how many days they got sick for. And the participants were matched for age, sex, and prior garlic consumption. So that's a pretty cool way to match subjects beforehand. And the whole basis for a study like this, looking at garlic of all things, is because back in 1992, and possibly earlier, where researchers showed that certain compounds that come from garlic were able to kill viruses in a cell culture. So when they extracted these things from garlic and applied them to viruses, they died. And they also found that it killed some cancer cells, which is crazy. And one of the strongest compounds they were able to isolate from garlic in terms of antiviral activity was allicin. And so you might have heard of it in these various health articles across the internet because it's sort of becoming more mainstream. Allicin is released from freshly cut garlic, but it degrades pretty quickly unless it's specially prepared in this capsule form. I'll talk more about how to get more allicin after the study. And the results are pretty ridiculously strong, actually. So they found that the placebo group, who did not get the garlic supplements, got 65 colds total, whereas the garlic-taking group only got 24. So the group that took garlic got less than half the number of colds as the group that did not take the garlic supplement. And interestingly, it also shortened the duration of cold symptoms. So the placebo group, when they got a cold, it lasted on average 5.5 days. Whereas when the garlic group got a cold, it only lasted 1.5 days on average. So it looks like not only did garlic/allicin prevent colds really effectively, but it also made them much less bad if you still got one. So this is a pretty amazing study to me, and I'm excited I found it recently because for the past 2 years or so, I've been experimenting with garlic whenever I feel a cold coming on. And for some background, before I went vegan, I used to get colds about every other month or so. It was pretty terrible. So I have at least 5 a year of some kind of sickness, or viral sickness, I should say. But then since I went vegan, I've been getting them much less frequently, but still occasionally. And so about 2 years ago, when I felt a cold coming on, I started reading up a ton of stuff on how I could prevent it because I had something really important afterwards. I think it might have been finals. So I got desperate and I took a bunch of raw garlic. And what I did was I minced up like 3 cloves of garlic the night I felt something coming on, like scratchy throat, really tired. And then I had that on a spoon with agave syrup because it helps it go down, and just swallowed it like shots with water afterwards. And I found that the next day my scratchy throat and tiredness had gone away. And I've done that a couple more times since, and it worked again for me last week where I took a bunch of garlic at night and the next morning I felt better. Now, of course, I can't say for sure it was the garlic that caused me to feel better because I don't have a control group for myself. But in the past, it's been very rare for me to not get sick after feeling those kind of symptoms. Like usually once I get a scratchy throat and I'm super tired, like that's it. It's sickness for a couple days. But since I started doing the garlic thing, it goes away. So I can't say if it's actually effective to take garlic acutely, like when you feel it coming on, and like there's no studies on that, but in my own experience, I feel like it does help. And so in terms of how to get this antiviral compound, these researchers used a capsule that was allicin containing, so you can go out and buy allicin supplements if you want, or you can do what I do, which is just eat a bunch of raw garlic. So like last week when I felt myself getting sick, I took 1 big clove all minced up on a spoon with maple syrup and water. And then I used 3 more cloves in a raw garlic marinara sauce that I dipped my fries in. The key is to crush the garlic as much as you can because the allicin is released by crushed garlic. So if you just take a whole clove, I don't think you'll get the same effects as if you take a really minced up or crushed clove. And also important is to not heat it up, so it has to be raw, and to take it as soon as possible after cutting it, or maybe like within an hour, because I guess in the first couple minutes it releases all the allicin, so it actually gets stronger as if you wait a couple minutes. But then the allicin starts to degrade and turn into various sulfur compounds that are not so helpful against viruses. So I hope this little tip can help you as much as it's helped me, and sadly this is the only study that's been done on this so far. So this could be a crazy fluke of a study and everything else could just be placebo that's happening to me, but hopefully some more studies will come out. And I mean, in my anecdotal evidence, I am inclined to believe the study, but I will let you know if there's ever another study that corroborates this evidence, and in the meantime, garlic is delicious and good for you either way, so I highly recommend trying it. Thanks so much for watching. Please share and subscribe to see more videos.